What's going on, everybody? This is Dylan Talk Sports. My name is Dylan. In today's video, what we'll be doing is we're going to be breaking down the Cleveland Cavaliers draft pick in the 2024 NBA draft. I'm a Cavaliers fan, and they just decided to select Jaylon Tyson is the name that they're going to be taking. I don't know how I feel about this pick, though. It's like whenever he was drafted and I saw the name and then I started seeing like the description of him, his height, his weight, his play style, started seeing some highlights of him, I'm like, is this really the right choice? But then as I see more analysts and more Cavs people kind of talking about it and different people kind of showing like his highlights, his stats from what he did in college and kind of the player he can be, maybe some comparisons of what he could possibly transform into, I'm not gonna lie, this actually looks like a steal. So what I'm gonna do in today's video is, like I said, just kind of go through, review him, talk about some things about him, get to know the player of Jaylon Tyson, get to know what he can be possibly transform into. Some people said, is he gonna be like a G League player that maybe he'll get to the NBA? Is he gonna be able to be like a day one star in the NBA? I'm gonna kind of go through and review everything, and like I said, give my opinion by the end about what I think about him and how I feel about this draft pick. Now, as always, all information you're gonna be seeing on screen, the little articles that you're gonna be seeing up on screen here in a minute are gonna be down in the description below. So if you want to go check it out for yourself, feel free. But I'm gonna get straight into this. So if you're going to enjoy it, as always, make sure you go and drop a like on this video. Be very much appreciated if you do so. But without further ado, let's get into it. Now, first up, whenever it comes to Jaylon Tyson as just a player, going from the NBA.com for his draft, a combine profile. A little bit about him, as it says here, he was a four-star recruit coming out of John Paul High School in Piano, Texas. He led his team to a state championship there in his junior year, so he has some experience of winning big games. As it says here, he's kind of bounced around. He was going to go to Texas Tech, then he went to Texas for his freshman season. After limited time, he transferred. Tyson transferred to Texas Tech, where he started all 31 of his appearances as a sophomore. Heading into his junior season, he transferred again, this time to California, where he had a pretty good stint. He averaged 19 points a game, 6 rebounds, 3 half assists, 1.2 steals in 34 minutes. So you can kind of see the growth of like how he got better and better and better. And 19 points a game in college, pretty damn good. And the NBA, that can possibly translate to maybe 10 points a game, which is what we need on our roster. We need a shooter. We need somebody that can make shots. Like I said, whenever he was drafted, I was looking at this like, who the fuck is this guy? Because I was looking at all the top prospects. I was thinking, okay, whenever we got to our pick, and I believe Philip Pulaski, I think is how you say the name, he was still available whenever we got to our draft pick. I mean, you can see here, he wasn't drafted, I want to say, like, I don't even know if he was drafted. Yeah, he wasn't even drafted in the first round, which is pretty fucking crazy if you ask me. I wanted the Cavs to draft Zach Edey. I made videos in the past about talking about if Jared Allen was to leave and Darius Garland were to leave, if that maybe the Cavaliers could possibly let Jared Allen walk and we could sign Zach Edey. As you can see here, he was drafted by the Memphis Grizzlies. Everybody in the world was like mind blown whenever that happened. And man, we get it, but at the same time, it's like how the fuck did they get Zach Edey? But now living in the world, like I said, whenever I've gone on and watched some highlights of him, watched him play, and he looks like he's a solid ass player. It says here he's 21 years old. He's 6'6". I think he's like 218 pounds. So he's got a good size to him. According to NBA.com, like I said, it says here for his projection, Tyson projects as a scoring option off the bench with secondary playmaking abilities. For second units, Tyson's game has shades of Kelly Oubre Jr. and Caleb Martin due to his ability to create his own shots from all over the court while possessing the size and length to defend opposing wings. Translation, this dude is exactly what we need. He can be a perfect 3-and-D guy that comes off the bench. We have 3 guys. I've said in the past about this Cavs team. We have 3 guys. We got D guys, but we don't have a solid 3-and-D guy that has size. Isaac Okoro is the guy that we want to be our 3-and-D guy, but he needs a little bit more height to him. Plus also his shooting is like, it's right there, but it's not there yet. His defense though, he is like all NBA type defense. We also have a guy named Sam Merritt, which is like, literally could be all NBA 3-point shooting. He's the 3 kind of guy, but his defense is pretty trash. With this guy and Jaylon Tyson, with his size, the way he can defend, and let me tell you, he can defend. I saw the highlights. He can defend. He can block some shots. There was one play where a defender tried to drive it, and Jaylon kind of trailed him, and just swatted the shit out of it. It looked almost like Evan Mobley was playing. I'm gonna say this: if he can be what Caleb Martin was when Caleb Martin was with the Miami Heat, and they went to took the Miami Heat to the NBA Finals that year against the Denver Nuggets last year, if he can be that, if Jaylon Tyson can be that, I'm sold. Now, call me crazy. There is a hypothetical, like I said, hypothetical way of looking at this. Could this guy, Jaylon Tyson, somehow, his absolute, and when I say absolute, I mean like there is no going higher, absolute ceiling, could he be a new Klay Thompson? Because he's similar size to Klay Thompson. The way he plays is kind of like Klay Thompson. I mean, he can move around. He can make his own shots. He's more of a dominant kind of 3-point shooting guy. As it says here from the BeaconJournal.com, Tyson has been a good shooter. Not a great one, but a good one. Last season, he shot 46.5% from the field, 36% on three-pointers as a junior in California. In the 2022-2023 season, he shot 48% from the field and 40% from three. And like I said, we need a wing guy. We thought Max Strus could possibly be our wing guy. His defense is kind of there, but he does get called for a lot of fouls. A lot of times with our team, whenever Max Strus goes on the bench, Sam Merrill comes to the game. If Sam Merrill is very cold, we're and Isaac Okoro cannot get the shots going. We want Isaac Okoro to be out there because we need the defense. But then again, it's like if he's not making the shots and Sam Merrill's not making the shots, we can't put you two out there tonight. With Jaylon Tyson, he can be a guy that we can put out there and he can maybe make some things happen. Now, as we can see here, if you did not watch the interview, this kind of summarized the interview a little bit of what Cavs general manager Mike Gansey said. It says here, explaining the Cavaliers consider Tyson the top player in fit available at number 20. Gansey said those factors contributed to the organization passing on opportunities to trade down. Gansey also revealed Tyson had the best pre-draft workout, which he kind of did. I went back and looked at some of the combine stats, and he was up there around the top. The one little tweak that I am going to be kind of worried about is that says here, he was pushing through a pulled back muscle during the whole process, so hopefully that's healed up. Now, they do say here he is going to be a defensive liability, which I don't understand. When I watched the highlights, he looked like he was pretty damn good. And according to you guys, you're saying that you're drafting him because he is a defensive kind of wing guy. Now, how can this guy grow, and why I said earlier on why a hot take, this might be a hot take, that his ceiling could be Klay Thompson. Well, as we know, Kenny Atkinson was just hired to be the new head coach of the Cleveland Cavaliers. I've already made an opinion talking about that. I'll put a link up there if you want to go check out that video. Kenny Atkinson, who did he coach for the past couple years and also won an NBA championship with? Klay Thompson. What was Klay Thompson most of his career? He was a great three-point shooter, and he had some solid defensive game within his system. Kenny Atkinson likes to score. He's coming in here because he's trying to make this team into a more dominant offense. If this team can get Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell, Evan Mobley, Jared Allen, we still got Max Strus. If Karis LeVert can fix his shit, Isaac Okoro, Sam Merrill, and now Jaylon Tyson, mind fucking blown. Now, here's my big thing with Jaylon Tyson that I need all Cavs fans and just fans in general that are like people that are saying, oh, I hate this pick or I like this pick. Something we all need to realize. People that are saying I like this pick are the people that either know a lot about Jaylon Tyson and they can see in the future and they know this guy's going to be good, or the people that are just like, I'm going to support the Cavs no matter what they do. I'm going to say it's a great pick. The people that are saying it's a bad pick or probably not the best pick, like myself, like I said, I'm one of those people that is just hoping this pick works out, because if it doesn't, I'm going to be looking at the Cavs front office saying like, what the fuck did you do? Because like I said, look up here at the picks that they could have taken besides Jaylon Tyson. Deron Holmes would have been a nice spot. Keyshawn George would have been a nice pick. Baylor Shearman would have been a damn good pick. Terrence Shannon Jr., hello. And not to mention, I mean, I'm going to throw it out there, but Bronny James, he's still available. Now, when it comes to the Cavaliers in this draft pick, like I said, it's a good choice. I think it's the right choice. Is it going to backfire in the next couple of years? I hope to God no. Because that's the biggest thing with these draft picks. It's like, when you draft a guy, you better be certain, because like there's so many times in the NBA where players get drafted, and then in like 2 years, like right now, if you went back to the 2022 NBA draft, I guarantee you half of us don't even remember half the players that were drafted in that draft. And I'm scared to death that Jaylon Tyson is going to be another one of these players that we're going to look at in the next 2 years, and he's just, is he even going to be on the team? Like I said earlier, whenever it comes to him possibly being just on the G League team or starting within the team, I don't think this guy's ever going to start for the Cavaliers. If he does, it's going to be on a day and age when we've just pretty much decided we are going nowhere. We're trading everybody, and hey, Jaylon, you want to start? If he's on the team, he's going to be coming off the bench, probably like towards the end of the bench kind of guy. I think they're going to start him off with the G League. Summer League is going to be fun to kind of watch him, see how he does. Going into the beginning of the season, he's going to be in the G League, I think 100%. He should start in the G League, just kind of to feel it out, get used to the NBA. But as the season goes on, maybe we can get him up there. I'd say about 10 to 15 games in, maybe if we want to bring him up, we can. I just think this is one of those things where it's a project. You don't want to push it. And then as times go on, if he can start scoring, if he's doing really good in the G League, like 10 points, 15 points, 20 points, 25 points, get him up there in the NBA, give him a game. Don't just throw him out there into like some crucial moments. Throw him out there when it's like, don't wait for it to be like 30-point lead towards the end of the game, 2 minutes to go. Oh, here's your opportunity. No. Put it in if there's like a 5-point lead, 10-point lead. Just give him a good little 3-4 minute burst in like the second quarter, maybe the third quarter. Just let him see how he does, see what happens. And if he goes out there and he's looking good, plays a solid defense, makes a 3-pointer or 2, makes maybe a driving layup, good job. Good on him. He can walk out of there with 5 points, head held high. Good job on him. Great job. If he goes out there and he stinks up the joint, okay, maybe you're not ready. Let's go back to the G League. But like I said, if I had to give a full grade to kind of wrap it up, I'd give it a C+. C+ at best, because he was projected to be like a late second round pick. The fact that we're selecting him in that pick number 20 in the first round, it scares me. But other than that, I think I'm going to wrap it up there. Hopefully you guys did go and enjoy today's video. If you did enjoy it, as always, make sure you go and drop a like on today's video. be very much appreciated if you do so. If you wanted to watch the entirety of today's video, thank you very much. And like I said, if you have a different opinion, do you agree or disagree with anything I said? What do you think about Jaylon Tyson being drafted by the Cavaliers? Do you like the pick, not like the pick? Do you think they should have selected somebody else? If you have a different opinion or agree with me, leave a complete opinion down in the comment section down below. Be more welcome to talk about with you guys. If you're a fan of the content that I do poster and you want to go and hit that big red subscribe button, feel free to do so. And do not forget to hit that little notification bell to be notified so I can post. But without further ado, this has been Jaylon Talk Sports. Have a great day. Peace.